Hello guys, and welcome back to the hybrid model for another video. My name is T and let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about the fact that you need a strong reason to do a PhD, and the reason has to be not just strong but good enough to get you through the PhD. Now, you don't need to have one reason, you can have more than one, but you need at least a reason that you start off with at the beginning when you're even thinking about doing a PhD that you know will be enough to push you through to, through the whole process. And this is especially important if you're doing it part-time. I say that because I did it part-time, so, I can't really speak for the full-timers and if reasons are this, if the reasons they have are as strong. But anyway, it's very important if you're doing it part-time to have a good reason to keep you in the game, as it were, because you will have a lot more pressure. Well, actually, correction, I shouldn't say a lot more pressure because I'm sure full-time PhDs have pressure just as much, but you will have pressure of a different kind. So essentially you will have your employment pressure, obviously, to produce good quality work, be attentive, be focused, etc. at your workplace, and kind of be pushing forward whatever the company you work for, the business they're about, essentially. But you also need to focus on the PhD, do the research in the evenings and the weekends, all your free time, essentially. And you need to balance the two. And sometimes you'll be stressed from work and it may be harder to focus. And sometimes you may feel just unmotivated to pursue your PhD and kind of push it forward, do the research. And this is where that reason comes into play, because it's your reminder and I dare say your way of keeping yourself accountable as to why you're doing this, essentially. So yeah, you need a very good reason. And when I pretty much started my PhD, my part-time PhD journey, I had a reason, of course. Otherwise, this video would make no sense. And I've mentioned the reason why I pursued a part-time PhD, and that's to become a rare unique hybrid, or unique rare hybrid. I can't remember which order I put the words in. But essentially, I am chasing rarity, essentially. So that's my main reason. Now, you're probably thinking, well, I mean, is that enough of a reason to keep you in the game, to keep you, pushing forward and persevering? And the honest, true answer is, it is enough for me, but there have been times when even that reasoning and that belief that the rarity I'm chasing is worth it, has been tested, and I've even questioned, is this worth it? I am human, so sometimes sometimes you are put in positions where you have to reevaluate and think about the decisions you're making, and if it's good for the long game, essentially. And there have been moments when I've been tested by this, but I've stuck it out thus far. But things have been shaky. Things have gotten shaky from time to time. It is what it is. Now, remember, I didn't say you only need to have one reason. You can have more than one. And I essentially have another reason that kind of keeping me in the game, that reinforces the pursuit of rarity, and kind of just, reinforces that. And this one, it came about through time, and it's essentially the money I've invested into the PhD. You're probably confused at this moment in time, so let me explain. So I have been paying for the fees for the PhD myself, essentially. from my paycheck. And so to this point in time, I've sunk close to 10K, 10,000 pounds in school fees or university fees, I guess I'll call them, into studying the PhD, as well as all the time I've invested, of course, over the last 4.5, 5 years. So I've invested those two things as well. So actually, no, I have three things: the money investment, the time investment, and the rarity pursuit. So those things are, because I've invested all those things, I cannot afford for it to be for nothing, essentially. Now, yes, it may sound like I am going with the sunken cost fallacy, and you could be right. I haven't really put that much thought into it, as to whether or not it's sunken lost. It's a sunken loss, sorry, I should say. But for me, it's more like I've invested all this time and energy and money in pursuit of rarity. We have to go all the way, and also I'm kind of in the end game of this thing, writing the thesis now. So it would be a bit stupid of me to quit now, essentially, right? So there's also that. Just enough time has passed, so there's no reason to not complete this thing, because I'm at the end anyway. As Thanos said, the end is here or something. Good old days of Infinity War. So those are my reasons that have kept me in the game, kept me focused, kept me persevering, because there have been times when I've been tested, and I've asked myself, why am I doing this? Why am I killing myself? Sometimes I felt like I was killing myself. And these three things have been the things that sort of answer that question and sort of reinforce the fact that it's worth doing this, because, we're through the looking glass now and we have a goal in mind. And so another thing I was going to touch upon earlier, but I kind of forgot, is that my pursuit of rarity isn't just because I want to be the one guy who is 29 years old and holds a PhD and a ton of experience in the tech industry. Yay! I have plans for my rarity and the PhD post graduation and becoming a doctor, etc. So stay tuned for that, because that'll come in the future on the channel. I'll definitely be documenting that moving forward. But yeah, that's pretty much the crux of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Signing out.